If you believe that women deserve to live their lives in freedom, in security and without fear, then we need you to hear this and we need you to sign up to our protest. Over the last number of months, there's been a large attack on trans people. There's been rulings against us. There's been all kinds of stuff that's been going on. And it's led to a lot of fear. It's led to a lot of confusion. And we need to clear all of this up. What we've been levied against us is that trans women are incredibly dangerous and they're going to attack a woman if she goes into the bathroom. Now, what we wanted to do is we wanted to look at what was the reality of this. What is the truth about all of these attacks that apparently that trans women are doing? Well, we did a search and we did as thorough a search as we could. And what we found out is that globally, there are a grand total of 8 cases that mention the word transgender when it comes to some sort of an assault in a bathroom or a female space. That's 8, not hundreds of thousands, not millions, 8. Now, in that case, 3 of them were cis men pretending to be trans. 1 transitioned after. 2 was really just a mistaken identity, and then you have 2 that were genuine cases. And those genuine cases, they were not great, and we do not stand behind anybody who causes any type of violence. No way. We stand completely against that. We are all law-abiding citizens. So that's 8 cases. All right, that's not millions that apparently have been happening. Now, so what are the actual chances of a woman actually getting attacked by a trans person? Well, here's how we figure that out, because we wanted to know. So the average person goes to the bathroom between 6 and 8 times a day. So let's take an average of 7. Okay, there are 80 million trans people across the world. So that gives us, to look down at my figures here, that gives us essentially 20.7 trillion times a year that a trans person will go to the bathroom. Now, with those 8 cases, if you take the probability, here's the probability of being attacked by a trans woman. It is 1 in 2.6 trillion. 1 in 2.6 trillion. You are 360,000 times more likely to win the Euro Millions than you are to get attacked by a trans woman. All right? That is not a threat. Okay, that is a major overstatement of what the actual reality is. Now, we also want to make the point that all of this is about women being scared that a man might pretend to be a trans woman. Well, he doesn't have to go to that effort, because if a guy wants to attack a woman in the bathroom, all he has to do is to put on a high-vis jacket and pretend that he's doing the cleaning in the toilets, and he'll be able to walk straight in. He wouldn't go to that effort. This is being overstated, and the reality is very, very far from what has been painted in the media and what has been painted in the legal cases. It's not true at all. It's something that's even more scary, and something that I know that the women's groups didn't think was going to happen. They didn't anticipate it. In fact, it seems to me that they didn't do any research into what the reality actually was in here, and they just decided to scaremonger out of fear. But what has actually happened now is that women are attacking women in the bathroom. And this is the bit that is, to me, the worst. Because unless you are some very feminine looking woman, you're in danger. If your hair is short, if you are not wearing makeup, if you are wearing maybe tracksuit bottoms, or you're in any way non-gender conforming, or not even just that, you just don't want to dress like a pretty dolly bird all day. You are being attacked, and you're being attacked by women. Significantly higher rate of attacks are happening on women by women in the bathroom. What is going on? What are you doing? Where is the sisterhood? We have to say something about this, and we have to calm you all down, because you're getting this out of control and you're attacking your sisters. Please stop doing this. Stop doing this. Let's return this to a little bit of normality. Let's get back to the point where we have this sisterhood, where we have this trust in each other, because the reality of what you've been told about trans women, this is not true. It is a fallacy. It is a complete error. It's not real. It's not real at all. Now, obviously, the trans community is being, I suppose, victimized and demonized by a lot of people, but we have to look at the reality of this here, is that, let's just say, like, I run a trans group, and if we just look at the numbers inside of that group. So in that group, we have about 45% women, 45% trans men, and then about 10% non-binary. Well, anybody who is a trans man, assigned female at birth, looks like me, So according to the Scottish ruling, biologically female, do I look like a woman to you? And we also then, myself included, I lived 46 years in a female body. I'm for women's rights. That's what I grew up with. I know exactly what it's like to live in a female body. I know what it's like to be ignored, patted on the head, told you're not smart enough. You all know the drill on that one. All right, you all know the drill. Now, when it comes to trans women, they are trans women. They have the same effects as you with estrogen. They lose all of their muscle mass. They become more emotional. They do not go walk around attacking. In fact, most trans women spend most of their life absolutely terrified. They now know what it is like to have the female experience because they are now ignored. They are battered on the head. They are not given jobs. It's happening, all right? To say that they don't understand what it is like living the female experience is nonsense, okay? It's not exactly the same, of course, but you get the same effect. You get the same effect on this one. Now, that gives us 90% of trans people. That's 90% of trans people who are feminists, who stand for women's rights. And we want you all to be safe. We want everyone to be safe. Men to be safe, women to be safe, trans people to be safe, everybody to be safe. We are all to be here in unity, to act as one and not to attack each other and not to allow anybody to put rules in place that puts you at danger, where you are going out and now causing those attacks. There's really no excuse for it, and particularly now because you know there's no threat, okay? There's no threat at all. This is completely manufactured. It's not real. Okay, so we have put a protest together where what we are doing is we are lobbying the government. We are lobbying groups that are basically encouraging attacks, encouraging women to attack women, encouraging women to demonize men, encouraging everybody essentially to try and demonize trans people, because this is unacceptable. We are law-abiding, peaceful people. We just want to get on with living our lives, okay? And there also seems to be a major misunderstanding of what it means to be transgender. It's not biological. It's not about the body that you have or that you were assigned at birth. It's who you are on the inside. That is completely separate to your actual biology. And you all know that. You all know that you have an inner being. You have an inner soul. I don't care what you call it, but you know you have that. And that is not the same as your body. You cannot put the two together and say they are the same thing. They are not. They are completely different. And when a person says they are transgender, they are talking about their inner being. The outer being does not reflect that. The physical suit, if you like, does not reflect how that being is on the inside. Okay? Look, we are all humans. We are all people, and we are a human and we are a person long before we are a gender, a nationality, a color, a religion, however you want to label it, okay? But you're a human being first, and we must look out for each other, and we must come together and work together, because everybody's different, everybody's unique. Diversity is the only constant that we really have in here, and to try and force everybody to be in these narrow forms, this is ridiculous, and this is completely against what everybody's been fighting for years, all the women's rights, the right to express yourself, the right to your own identity. And we are here to fight for you as much as we are to fight for ourselves. And that's why we've put this protest together, because we can't have our sisters, our mothers, our aunts, our grandmothers, our nieces, we can't have you attacked. We can't have you attacking each other. We can't have us all attacking each other. This is not the way forward. Peace, to live in harmony with each other. And when you don't understand something, to learn about it before deciding just to hate somebody first. Hate is never the way forward. It's supposed to be about respect. So we are here in respect to protect you as much as we can, and we are asking that you support us. Please come to our protest page, transmatters.co/protest. We are fighting for you.